Top 25 Special Education Teacher Interview Questions and Answers. In the journey to becoming a special education teacher, preparing for interviews is crucial. This video presents a comprehensive guide to the top 25 interview questions you may encounter, along with insightful answers to help you stand out. Whether you're a seasoned professional or new to the field, knowing how to respond effectively to these questions can enhance your confidence. Join us as we explore key topics that reflect the values and skills essential for success in special education. 1. Can you describe your experience working with students who have diverse learning needs? I have worked extensively with students who have diverse learning needs across various settings. My experience includes developing tailored instructional strategies that cater to individual strengths and challenges. By utilizing differentiated instruction, I create engaging lesson plans that accommodate different learning styles. Collaboration with special education professionals has been essential in implementing effective interventions. I prioritize building strong relationships with my students to foster trust and promote a positive learning environment, which encourages them to express their needs and participate actively in their education. 2. How do you develop individualized education plans, IEPs, for your students? Developing individualized education plans, IEPs, involves a collaborative process that begins with gathering comprehensive data on each student's strengths, needs, and learning styles. I work closely with parents, general education teachers, and specialists to create measurable goals tailored to the student's unique requirements. Regular assessments inform us of progress, allowing for adjustments to the IEP as needed. Communication with all stakeholders, including students, ensures that everyone is aligned and invested in achieving the set objectives, fostering a supportive learning environment. 3. What strategies do you use to assess student progress and adapt instruction accordingly? To assess student progress, I employ a combination of formative and summative assessments, including regular quizzes, observations, and performance tasks. I utilize data from these assessments to identify learning gaps and strengths. Based on this analysis, I adjust my instructional strategies, such as implementing differentiated instruction or modifying learning materials. Regular feedback sessions with students also help me gauge their understanding and engagement. By continuously monitoring progress, I can create a responsive learning environment tailored to each student's needs, ensuring they receive the support necessary for growth. 4. How do you incorporate assistive technology into your teaching practices? Incorporating assistive technology into teaching practices involves assessing each student's unique needs and selecting appropriate tools that enhance their learning experience. For example, I utilize text-to-speech software for students who struggle with reading, allowing them to access materials more easily. Additionally, I employ interactive apps and devices that cater to different learning styles and promote engagement. Regular training sessions for both students and staff help ensure everyone is comfortable using these technologies, creating an inclusive environment where all learners can thrive. 5. Can you provide an example of a successful intervention you implemented for a student with special needs? One successful intervention I implemented was for a student with autism who struggled with social interactions. I introduced a peer buddy system, pairing him with a classmate who had strong social skills. Together, they engaged in structured activities that encouraged communication and teamwork. I also incorporated social stories and role-playing exercises to help him understand social cues better. Over time, I noticed significant improvements in his ability to initiate conversations and build friendships, enhancing his overall classroom experience and confidence. 6. How do you collaborate with general education teachers to support inclusive classrooms? Collaboration with general education teachers is essential for fostering inclusive classrooms. I begin by establishing open lines of communication, discussing each student's needs and strengths. Regular meetings allow us to share insights and strategies that benefit all learners. I also participate in co-teaching opportunities where we can plan lessons together, ensuring accommodations and modifications are integrated into the curriculum. By fostering mutual respect and understanding, we create an environment that values diversity and promotes positive learning experiences for every student. 7. What role do parents and guardians play in your approach to special education? Parents and guardians play a crucial role in my approach to special education. I believe in building strong partnerships with them to ensure that their insights and concerns are integrated into the educational process. Regular communication is essential. I hold frequent meetings to discuss their child's progress and collaborate on strategies that can be implemented at home and school. Engaging parents in decision-making fosters a sense of ownership and encourages consistency, which ultimately benefits the child's learning experience. By valuing their input, I create a supportive environment that aligns with each student's unique needs. 8. How do you handle challenging behaviors in the classroom? Handling challenging behaviors involves a proactive and empathetic approach. I begin by understanding the underlying causes of the behavior, whether they stem from unmet needs, frustration, or external factors. I implement clear expectations and consistent routines, which help create a structured environment. Positive reinforcement encourages appropriate behavior, while tailored interventions address specific issues. Collaborating with specialists and involving parents in the process is crucial. Regular reflection and adjustments to strategies ensure that each student's needs are met, fostering a supportive atmosphere conducive to learning. 9. Can you discuss a time when you had to advocate for a student's needs? Advocating for a student's needs is crucial in special education. I recall a situation where a student with autism was struggling to communicate effectively in class. I noticed that traditional teaching methods were not meeting their needs, so I arranged a meeting with parents and school specialists. Together, we developed a plan that included the use of visual supports and regular check-ins. I presented this plan to the administration, emphasizing the importance of these adaptations for the student's academic success. As a result, the student gained confidence and improved communication skills, and the collaboration fostered a supportive learning environment. 10. What methods do you use to create a positive and supportive learning environment? Creating a positive and supportive learning environment involves establishing clear expectations and building strong relationships with students. I focus on fostering a sense of belonging by encouraging open communication and collaboration. Implementing positive reinforcement techniques helps motivate students, while incorporating diverse learning activities caters to various interests and abilities. Regularly checking in with students about their feelings and experiences promotes trust and comfort, enabling them to take risks in their learning. Additionally, I adapt my classroom layout to ensure accessibility, which supports all learners effectively. 11. How do you stay current with best practices and legal requirements in special education? Staying current with best practices and legal requirements in special education involves a multifaceted approach. I regularly participate in professional development workshops and training sessions offered by educational organizations. Subscribing to industry publications and online resources helps me stay informed about the latest research and methodologies. Networking with colleagues through professional associations allows for the sharing of insights and strategies. Additionally, I review updates from educational advocacy groups and government agencies to ensure compliance with laws and regulations affecting special education. 12. Can you explain how you differentiate instruction for students with varying abilities? Differentiating instruction involves tailoring teaching methods and materials to meet diverse student needs. I assess each student's learning style, interests, and skills to create flexible groups, allowing students to work at their own pace. For example, I might provide tiered assignments that offer varying levels of complexity, ensuring all students are challenged appropriately. I also incorporate varied instructional strategies, such as visual aids, hands-on activities, and technology, to engage learners. Regular check-ins help me adapt lessons and ensure that every student is making progress. 13. How do you measure the effectiveness of your teaching strategies? Measuring the effectiveness of teaching strategies involves using a variety of assessment tools and methods. I regularly analyze student performance data, including formative assessments, quizzes, and standardized test scores, to identify trends and areas for improvement. I also gather feedback from students through surveys and informal discussions to understand their perspectives on the learning process. Additionally, I collaborate with colleagues to evaluate student progress and share best practices. Reflecting on lesson outcomes and making necessary adjustments ensures that my teaching remains responsive to student needs. 14. What is your approach to professional development in the field of special education? My approach to professional development in special education involves continuous learning and adaptation. I actively seek workshops, conferences, and online courses that focus on the latest research and best practices. Collaborating with colleagues is also crucial. Sharing insights and strategies fosters a supportive environment. I engage in reflective practice by evaluating my teaching methods and outcomes, allowing me to identify areas for improvement. Additionally, I prioritize mentorship opportunities, both as a mentor and mentee, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of diverse educational needs and effective interventions. 15. How do you foster social skills and peer relationships among students with special needs? Fostering social skills and peer relationships among students with special needs involves creating opportunities for meaningful interactions. I implement structured group activities that promote collaboration and communication. Role-playing exercises can help students practice social scenarios in a safe environment. Additionally, I encourage peer mentoring, where students can support each other's learning. Regularly scheduled social skills lessons focus on understanding emotions and developing empathy. Building a classroom culture that values kindness and inclusivity is essential, allowing students to feel comfortable and accepted among their peers. 16. Can you describe a time when you had to modify your teaching style to meet a student's needs? In one instance, I worked with a student who had difficulty grasping math concepts through traditional methods. I quickly realized that a hands-on approach would be more effective. I modified my teaching style by incorporating manipulatives such as blocks and visual aids, which allowed the student to engage with the material in a more tangible way. Additionally, I provided opportunities for collaborative learning, enabling the student to work alongside peers. This not only enhanced understanding but also boosted confidence, leading to noticeable improvement in their academic performance. 17. How do you ensure that your classroom is accessible and accommodating for all students? To ensure my classroom is accessible and accommodating, I begin by assessing the unique needs of each student. I arrange furniture to provide clear pathways and create designated areas for different activities. I incorporate various resources such as visual aids, tactile materials, and technology that cater to diverse learning styles. Collaborating with specialists, I implement necessary modifications and regularly seek feedback from students and parents. Continuous monitoring allows me to adjust strategies, ensuring every student feels supported and included in their learning experience. 18. What techniques do you use to engage students who may be reluctant to participate? Engaging reluctant students often requires a tailored approach. One effective technique is to incorporate their interests into lessons, making learning relevant and enjoyable. I also use interactive activities, such as group discussions or hands-on projects, to create a more dynamic environment. Building strong relationships is vital. I take the time to understand each student's unique challenges and motivations. Additionally, providing choices in assignments empowers students, giving them a sense of ownership. Regularly celebrating small successes fosters confidence and encourages participation. 19. How do you handle conflicts between students in your classroom? In managing conflicts between students, I prioritize creating an open and respectful environment where students feel safe expressing their feelings. I start by facilitating a dialogue between the involved parties, encouraging them to share their perspectives and feelings. Active listening is key. I ensure each student feels heard. I guide them in identifying the root cause of their conflict and exploring potential solutions together. Teaching conflict resolution skills is also essential, as it empowers students to navigate disagreements constructively in the future. Finally, I follow up to ensure that the resolution is upheld and that relationships are restored. 20. Can you discuss your experience with transition planning for students moving to post-secondary education or the workforce? Transition planning is a critical aspect of supporting students with special needs as they prepare for life after school. I've developed individualized transition plans that focus on each student's strengths, interests, and aspirations. This includes collaborating with students, families, and community resources to identify goals and create actionable steps. I've facilitated workshops on resume writing, job interview skills, and self-advocacy. Engaging students in these discussions empowers them and fosters independence, ensuring they are well prepared for their next steps in education or employment. 21. How do you involve students in their own learning and goal-setting processes? Involving students in their own learning and goal-setting processes is crucial for fostering independence and motivation. I encourage students to set personal goals by discussing their interests and strengths during one-on-one meetings. We collaboratively create action plans, breaking down larger goals into manageable steps. Regular check-ins help them reflect on their progress and adjust goals as needed. Additionally, I incorporate self-assessment tools, allowing students to evaluate their understanding and take ownership of their learning journey. This approach empowers students and enhances their commitment to achieving their objectives. 22. What are some challenges you have faced in special education, and how did you overcome them? One significant challenge I encountered was addressing the varied communication needs of students with different disabilities. To overcome this, I implemented a variety of communication methods, including visual aids, sign language, and technology-assisted tools. Collaborating with speech therapists provided additional strategies that helped facilitate better interactions. Another challenge was managing behavioral issues in a way that maintained a positive classroom environment. I adopted proactive behavior management techniques and focused on building strong relationships with students, which led to improved behavior and engagement. 23. How do you promote self-advocacy skills among your students? Promoting self-advocacy skills among students involves empowering them to understand their own needs and articulate their preferences. I begin by providing education on their rights and the resources available to them. Role-playing scenarios help students practice expressing their thoughts in various situations. I encourage goal-setting exercises, where students identify personal objectives and the steps needed to achieve them. Regular check-ins foster discussions about their progress and challenges, reinforcing their ability to advocate for necessary accommodations. Creating a safe environment where students feel comfortable sharing their experiences is crucial for developing these skills. 24. Can you share your experience working with multidisciplinary teams in special education? Working with multidisciplinary teams in special education has been a crucial aspect of my role. I have collaborated with speech therapists, occupational therapists, and psychologists to develop comprehensive support plans for students. This teamwork ensures that we address various needs holistically. Regular meetings allow us to share insights, refine strategies, and track student progress collectively. Utilizing each professional's expertise enhances our ability to provide tailored interventions, fostering improved outcomes for students with diverse challenges. Effective communication and mutual respect among team members are essential for success. 25. How do you balance the emotional and academic needs of your students? Balancing the emotional and academic needs of students requires a holistic approach. First, I prioritize building strong relationships with my students, creating a safe space where they feel valued and understood. I integrate social-emotional learning into my curriculum, teaching skills like self-regulation and empathy. Additionally, I assess each student's emotional state regularly, adapting lessons to accommodate their feelings. Collaborative communication with parents and specialists further enhances this balance, ensuring that students receive comprehensive support tailored to their unique circumstances. In this video, we explored the top 25 special education teacher interview questions and their corresponding answers, equipping you with the knowledge to excel in your interview. Remember, preparation is key, and understanding these questions can help you demonstrate your expertise and passion for special education. If you found this information valuable and want to enhance your interview skills further, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Your support helps us continue to provide useful resources for educators like you. Thank you for watching.